Hello and welcome to Guide for Autism. Welcome back. If you are new here and you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, especially if you are a parent raising a child with autism or you know anyone raising a child with autism and may benefit from this channel. So in today's video, I'm going to give you 14 tips that are going to help you be able to support your child from home. Parenting a child with autism can come with so many unique challenges, so many opportunities for you as a parent to grow, having understanding, so building up the connection between you and your child. However, some of the tips I'm going to share with you, one is learn about autism. Autism is on spectrum. Children behave differently, act differently, which means that you need to understand your child's needs. Meaning every child is unique. So you need to learn about your child's strengths and also the challenging so that you are able to support your child. And another thing that will help you in this journey is to remain informed by reading different books about autism, joining different communities, attending workshops. If you have professionals working with your child, being updated with them, trying to find out how you can continue support your child from home is the most important things you can ever do for your child. Number 2 is about establishing a routine. Children with autism love to know what they are doing throughout the day. By you as a parent having that structured routine, your child will know when they wake up, they will have to take a wash, the time for meal time, the time to play, the time for bedtime, all daily activities being consistent and making sure that your child is always informed or just what is going to do now and what is going to do next. At the same time, you need to get prepared for the changes. As a parent, it can also be frustrating because you know your child is used to do this, now is not doing it, and you feel so overwhelmed. What else can you do? Please get ready for the changes because your child is growing, and of course there will be some changes that you will need to adjust some of the things you do that will help your child understanding what is happening around them. Number 3, create a safe and structured environment, which means that your child want to know where can they do some drawing, where can they play around your home, go for relaxing. And this doesn't mean like you need to create a very big environment for them. It's just for you to have that area where you know that your child is able to do some drawing. If it's drawing time, you take your child to the table. If it's time to relax, you take your child for relaxing. And also you need to minimize the sensory overload around your home. So which means that most of the children who have sensory problems, normally having so much things in the house, it can overwhelm them, and this can affect their behavior. It can affect how they feel and how they are going to communicate with you and how they are going to cope with other children and how they feel themselves. So by reducing things around their environment, it's one of the best things you can do because it will help them to calm down because there is not so much things around where they are. Tip number 4, use clear and simple communication. Many children with autism are visual learners. It is helpful when you're communicating with them using pictures, symbols, or gestures to support your verbal communication, to aid them understand. When you are communicating with them, keep it simple. Just use short sentence. Make it clear. And if it's possible, you can repeat it more than once just to make sure that your child understands what you are saying. Start using only one single word. And the more your child develop understanding, and then you can start using 2 words at the same time. So whatever you are saying, keep it short, and you can repeat until your child understands. If you say something and you see your child is not looking at you, or you see there is no any body movement, or you're not getting any response back, please just be patient enough, because your child have already heard you. You can repeat it once or 2 and just keep moving forward. Tips number 5, focus on strengths and interests. In most cases, if you observe your child very well, you will see that your child have some interests. This can be anything. It can be cooking, play, writing, a type of toys they like. For example, if you go to the shop, you see your child is picking similar item over the time. You can encourage your child. Let's say your child likes maybe cars. So today you will go in a shop, your child will buy a white car. Next day, a red car. Next time, a green car. So that also can encourage your child to develop more communication, because when you're playing with your child, you can go through all those cars one by one by mentioning the cars' names and the colors, the model, all those, and the car type. It can be a lorry, it can be a van, it can be a small car. So all those kind of things can help your child develop language. So trying to find what is your child's strengths and how you can support your child to keep going and encourage the language at the same time. Tips number 6, encourage your child's social interaction. Mostly, children with autism, they find it very difficult to have social connection with other people. You as a parent, by supporting your child go through this, is the most important. So which means you need to start making small steps by taking your child out, let your child meet other children, and also try as much as possible to spend time with your child at home by talking to your child, by playing with your child, making sure that you're encouraging your child in every single step your child is making. By encouraging social interaction as well, you can teach your child how to do take turning. If your child have siblings, it would be nice that they all play together so that they learn from each other. So your child will learn that it is my turn, it is my brother or sister's turn, and that will encourage them to understand it's not only by themselves, but they are considering other children around them or any other people around them. Doesn't have to be children, it can also be adult. Another thing you can do to encourage social interaction is to support your child friendship. In some cases, you will see that your child likes playing with a certain child. If the other parent is also up to that, that would be really nice. And then you can be organizing a date out with those 2 children and take them in one of the social environment again, where these children can mix with other children. Tips number 7 is about being patient with sensory and sensitivities. Most children with autism, they have this kind of sensory problem. If you have watched my previous video, I gave so many different tips on how you can support your child overcome sensory issues. Pay attention, because it may take longer for you to realize what might be a sensory problem to your child. However, in most cases, it is so obvious that you will be able to realize what could be a sensitive. It can be a light, a sound, texture, it can be smell, environment, it can be anything. So if you pay attention to your child reaction on things, if you want, you can start writing down these things. You can see common areas where your child becomes very overwhelmed and is unable to cope with a certain situation and will need your support. So some children like in a very quiet environment. Then your child may end up liking different toys. This can be noise cancelling, which is a headphone. It can be wet blanket, the sensory fidget, or anything that would help your child regulate their mood and are able to settle down. So tip number 8 is about teaching coping skills. I hope by now you understand about your child's struggle. And even if you don't know yet, still observe your child. You will definitely get to know where is your child is struggling. So some of the coping strategy, it depends on what your child is struggling with. It can be teach your child how to calm down techniques such as deep breath. If you see your child is overwhelmed, you send your child there for your child to just feel calm, comfortable, and think clearly without no much noise around them. So you're now trying to help them understand that if this behavior happen, or if this is what you hear and is making noise, this is what you do and this is where you go. It is very important that you help your child manage anxiety and frustration each time they feel overwhelmed. Tip number 9 is build independence. It can be very overwhelming when you know that you have a child who has already special need, and you want them to build that independence. And I've seen in so many cases where the children will be up to 10 years of age and 15 years of age, and the parent are still doing certain things for them. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be doing these things, but if you start very early, your child will be able to grow having that confidence of doing certain things by themselves without your support. For example, you can teach your child how to start dressing at a very young age. Maybe if your child is just, you realize your child is not able to dress or brush their teeth, you can also help them in making choices, or let them be able to make a choice. So it is very important that you teach your child how to be independent. I know it's time consuming, especially if you're in a rush, but if you're in a house, you're not going anywhere, this is one of the things that you can be patient enough and let your child be much more independent to do this kind of things by themselves. Tip number 10 is seek professional support. If you think your child, for example, need a speech language therapist, please seek support so that you can start early. It's very important that you keep encouraging your child to increase their language in everything you do with them, in each activities you are doing with them. And also very crucial that you work with their teachers, because your teachers will tell you how your child is progressing in a school, the kind of area your child needs support with, and what kind of things that you can support your child from home. So it's very important that there is a communication between you and the people who are looking after your child, especially those professionals, because they've got very good feedback to give you on how you can continue supporting your child. Tip number 11 is joining support network. So if you have not joined any support network, check in my description below. You will find a link to my Facebook where you can join other parents who are in the same situation as you, where you can just ask me any question about your child, where you are in the journey, and if there is anything you want to learn from me, I can always support you. And also it's very good to learn from other parents. They can always give you different tips more than the one I'm giving you here. So if you have not joined any support network, please do so, because you can get easy, quick problem fix through other parents who have gone through the situation that you are going through at the moment. Tip number 12 is about celebrating small wins. This not only for your child and also for you, because you are making a very biggest effort every single day. You wake up to support your child. You are doing everything you can to make sure your child's safety is maximized. Celebrate your child every single wins that your child is doing. And also at home, it can be any small task, asking your child, can I have the cup? Can I have the bloom? Can I have anything? Once you get it, you say, well done. Your child will feel proud, will feel happy, mommy or dad is celebrating my wins. That's very important because your child will feel more valuable and encouraged and motivated in continuous doing good things that improves their learning. Tip number 13, advocate for your child. If there is anything your child need in a school, can be medication, food, all these kind of things, you need to communicate them to the school so that they get to know. So anything that is really concerned, advocate for your child. If it's the medication they are taking, make sure that you've communicated that and they are taking that medication while they are away from you. And also, if there is any type of diet that your child this need to be communicated in a school so that they don't give your child the food that you don't want your child to have. Tip number 14, stay flexible and adapt, because your child needs and abilities will shift over time. You need to be very flexible to keep working around with your child and also to adjust your approach, the way you communicate with your child, the way you behave, your body language and everything. However, with children with autism, much more be patient. Don't feel like you've been putting much effort in doing this, in supporting them learning this. They are not getting it. Please be patient, and the repetition matters to children with autism. Make sure if you've taught your child one thing and they still not there yet, keep repeating it. They will definitely get it. As long as you show them you are excited for them and you are ready to teach them, you are celebrating all the wins with them, I assure you that very soon you will see your child progressing. So be patient, because your child as well is being patient with you. So I hope this helps, and so continue creating a positive environment for your child. Also continue being a very supportive mom and dad. Be patient enough. If I say that my child, I've managed to work with him in this certain way, there is also another certain way you can work with your child. So continue being patient, and very soon you will get there. I hope these tips helps, and continue creating a positive and comfort environment for your child, and also continue to celebrate all the wins you are having and your child having at the same time, finding different things that can work for your child, and very soon you will get there. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.